here we go, ready for the action once again. I know we've had some fun bouts to open up the show here today, but we've got a real fight on hand right here between Teddlie and Johnson.
Yeah, our first real, saying that with quotes, MMA bout right here. All the rules for amateur MMA.
You talked about that front kick there. It was immediately from Johnson. Man, he's so long out there.
Yeah, and that's going to come in handy here. He really needs to keep Demetri on the outside. That's what I would want to do against a really skilled wrestler. Make him think twice about closing that distance. That was a good little kick there, but lost his footing.
Trying to head kick a guy that's 6'9" may not be the best idea, but Teddlie went for it anyways.
Hey, man, I think he had the flexibility to get up there.
That's right. Johnson returns fire with a low kick of his own. One thing we've seen early on here from Johnson is he's really been changing stance as well. Good shot from Teddlie as he works his way out.
Yeah, and that's one of the cool things about being, so skilled on the ground is like you go, I'm going to throw the head kicks because I'm not scared about getting taken down. Some good strikes there from Johnson.
Yeah, good stuff from Johnson. He's really stringing it together, threw a couple punches, and then ended it with a kick. So 1 minute gone.
And you got to hand it to Teddlie. This is a big step up of someone who's, had 3 or 4 MMA fights already to step in here with someone so much more experienced. What a beautiful takedown, but he got to flip him over his own back.
Talk about some athleticism there from Johnson, and he ends up on top. Well, this is kind of the fight, right? They look like they may be at a stalemate on the feet. The wrestling ability of Teddlie here, if he's able to use that, he can take control of the fight, but Johnson looks game.
Yeah, and that was some skill there to be able to reverse that and get in a dominant position off of the takedown attempts. And this is going to be, a defining moment for Teddlie. Can he get off of his back? Can he reverse this situation? Because those were some big, explosive takedown attempts. I imagine he's got to be pretty tired, but he's got to keep his wits about him. He's got to move his hips out and look to get back to his feet here.
Johnson smothering with the pressure. 45 seconds left to work here.
They were calling for the double butterfly hooks, but Johnson is doing a good job of pinching Demetri Teddlie's legs so he can't get out. There's the little movements here. You've got to be able to scoot and scoot and scoot to get into those positions. But Johnson is doing an incredible job of smothering his opponent right now, keeping that pressure.
Yeah, I think Johnson actually picked that up from the corner over there and was making sure he wasn't going to allow that to happen. Talking about Teddlie using the butterfly to try and get back to his feet. So 10 seconds remaining. It's been an interesting round. You had Teddlie who went for the takedown, but Johnson ended up on top and rode out the round for the most part on top. What do you think about that first round, Victoria?
Oh, yeah, I've got to give it to Johnson. He looked a little crisper on his feet, definitely landing the bigger strikes, and then just being able to this looked like it was going to be all Demetri with that big throw, and then he just stayed on the scramble, stayed on the transitioning, and ended up on top. That was a big moment in the fight. That was beautiful read, and he rode out most of the rest of the round on top. So I got to hand it to him. I think clearly he won round 1.
Yeah, I would give that first round to Johnson as well. Looked better on the feet. And then whenever you have that much control time in a 3-minute fight, it really leans the round heavily in your direction.
Yeah.
But Teddlie, look, Teddlie was on his way to getting that takedown, so it goes to show that he can get it done. We'll see if he's able to execute better here in round 2.
Yes, and I know he is very well conditioned. He put in a lot of hard work. So I know he's got what it takes to get to those takedowns again. And it's just going to be a matter of keeping his head about him, staying calm, fighting through the adrenaline dump. And something going on wrong here.
I think they left something in the corner over there. Good observation from both fighters. And here we go with round number 2. Teddlie attacking that lead leg.
I think I can see it's real now for Demetri. He looks a little bit more focused, like he looked a little bit lackadaisical coming into the fight, but now he looks like he knows it's a fight. Here we go.
Both fighters kind of feeling each other out here in the early stage of round 2.
Coach is calling for pressure. This is what we want. Those are some big shots.
Huge
That is nice.
landed.
Good sprawl from Johnson, but Teddlie is staying on. If he can just pull the hips out, yeah, he can get the takedown here.
Great
And he's got to
analysis.
continue to pull those hips away from the cage. So right now, if I were Johnson, I'd be looking to get my my hips and then my knees to the cage. Very good head pressure for Demetri. Big shots right there.
Trying to give up his
He's
back
gotten
here.
the back, but he doesn't have a hook secure yet. Johnson on the way to stand up. Good lock. Good scramble there.
Yeah, great. Johnson is really showing well, but
Oh,
here comes some
nice
big shots
shots.
from Teddlie.
He's finding his range with those punches, and he's finding that, hey, this helps me get inside for these
Yes.
takedowns, is right where he wants to be. So far, it's looking like a better round for Teddlie.
So inside 90 seconds to go in this second round. So he's going to try and drop the hands. Yep, there he goes, looking for the...
He's been doing a
double
good
leg.
job getting his hands together. He needs to kind of shuffle, run his feet, work to get the legs together. Because right now Johnson is doing a good job keeping his legs separated, making it hard for Teddlie to get him
Yeah, this
down.
is what you want to do if you're Johnson to protect against this position, right?
Right. And he pulled Teddlie up. Another thing you kind of want to do is get him off of your legs.
Looks like Teddlie has abandoned the double leg. Johnson keeping
And
those
he's
legs
a worry
spread
about
wide.
his neck here.
Yeah, but
I'm
he's
a little
leaving it
worried
open.
about his neck, but good slam. That was beautiful. His head is still stuck though, so he needs to really drive his
Pretty
head to
tight.
the mat.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
He went out. Wow.
He's out. What
Oh, he's out.
a moment for Johnson.
That was beautiful. He stayed on that neck. A little worrisome over there for Demetri.
Yeah, we see some movement there, so that's good to see the movement from Demetri Teddlie. He's back up, and now we can celebrate the beautiful moment that Dontea Johnson just had.
He stayed on his opponent through that slam, which is it's harder than it looks to do. And
He got those
just,
hands together.
He
when
got
he
the
locked
hands
those
together.
Hands up.
He sunk it in. He really, dipped down to that side where his neck is at. And good job from Maju to be able to think about checking the arm. Teddlie's one of those people not going to tap, not going to give up. And it was good that he checked the arm when he did.
Great job there by Bam Bam Maju to make sure that he was on top of the action, because that was an awkward position, to tell if the fighter's out. And he did a good job in there, and a better job by Dontea Johnson. Man, he really showed off some high-level skills there and comes away with a submission victory at the end of round number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stoppage to the action at 2 minutes 28 seconds in round number 2. Declaring your winner, Dontea Johnson.
So Dontea Johnson is your winner. A competitive fight there between the two. That's one you're going to walk away as Teddlie just a little disappointed, because you had some really good moments and just small lapses in execution ended up costing him.
Yeah, but I mean, he really has no reason to hang his head with facing off against a much more experienced opponent, and there's no shame in that, coming out here for your first fight and facing off against a guy like this who's had quite a few MMA fights, and his game has just really evolved from what I got to watch earlier. He's really putting it together, and he looked good out there tonight.
Dontea Johnson, your victor here tonight.